Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Today is a Jack Wolf Knives Day. Eureka is what it is, and it is every bit of the name. This is a slip joint. Ooh, look at that steel. Look at it just looks crazy girthy, especially when they put it next to those the steel frame inside. You see those liners? Man, that blade really jumps out. So does the little bomb. Oh, the shield is beautiful, man. I love the bomb style. So, this is the Jack Wolf Knives Eureka two-step. Most perfect walk and talk of any slip joint knife that there is. These are still the best slip joint knives in the world. It's just the best. This particular one, and when you see it in the sun, because we're going to take it out and cut, it's going to jump. But this is Camo Carbon Watermelon Sugar. And they have two premier scales on this knife. It's going to be this one in the abalone, which, again, looks amazing in the sun. And for the premier scales, it's only a $5 difference. So the abalone, and I'll show you, the abalone and this one, the Camo Carbon Watermelon Sugar, which people are jumping on right now. So if you want one, you got to act really, really fast. And I'm going to put the link down below. But it's $84.99. That's it, $84.99. And for both of those, and then you'll have one in Eureka, well, that's the name, red jigged bone, smooth purple bone, orange linen micarta, gorgeous, and ebony wood. Every one of them, aside from the two I told you, is $79.99. Oddly enough, except for the micarta, which I think is beautiful. It's even cheaper. So $79.99, and then the orange micarta is $74.99. I'm going to give you a quick show. All right, so right there is the red jigged bone. Right there is the abalone. It's just awesome, and you can see the price: $84.99, $79.99, and then you're going to have $79, $84, $74.99, $79.99. And we're looking at the ebony wood right there. This is the orange linen micarta. You can't get a better grip than micarta. This is the one I have and am showing you, and this is the smooth purple bone. So what are you getting in this perfect slip joint knife with a Rockwell hardness of 58-59? You are getting a blade stock of 2.5 millimeters. You are getting a scale to scale of 0.44 millimeters. Look at how perfect that is. That's beautiful. You are getting a cutting edge of 2.43 inches. You are getting a full blade length of 2.83 inches, so almost 3 inches. A closed length of 3.61 inches. A satin finish on the blade. The perfect blade. It is a flat ground Sandvik 14C28N, one of my top 10 favorite knife steels. They even have a click here to see how it was made. I think that might be new. I like that. Integral bolsters and liners are stainless steel. That is all this stuff, right? And the shield is double bomb, which is a really good looking shield. It almost looks like a mini sword. I love that. And that is it. It is part of the Gateway series over at Jack Wolf Knives. But we need to test if it's sharp and then take it out to cut. Let's see. Well, I've never had a Jack Wolf Knives blade come not sharp. So what was I expecting other than a handheld folding razor blade? Let's go outside. All right, so out here in the sunshine, you can get a really good look at those scales. I can only see a glare, so I'm hoping it really picks up. But these scales are amazing. There's something about the carbon scales that they do. I think that's better than the micarta. It is. The micarta is superior grip, but there's nothing like a camo carbon from Jack Wolf Knives. It's just done so perfectly right. Oh, that is sexy. That is sexy. Golly. I guess I can pull those up now. I know you can see it. That's pretty, man. That satin blade, I just popped into the scene. That satin blade, it does itself justice right there. Golly, that is really nice. All right, so with monsoon season, we've been getting some crazy growth here in Arizona. Well, at least in my part of Arizona. I don't know how it is where Ben Belkin is over at Jack Wolf Knives, but we get a lot of this stuff, this growth. And I want to show you that you have enough grip to be able to, I just brushed I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It just brushed the absolute tip of that and it cut. So let's knock off some of those. It's just, the farther down you go, the thicker it gets. And I hope I'm still in the scene here. But even with a knife this size, you can look at that's thicker than the blade, that's wider than the blade. Even with a knife this size, you can still, check that out, you can still have a full enough grip to be able to slice and dice on a swing. All right, so speaking of gardening, we can actually do some trimming. Grab your grass and you just kind of do this. So if you are outside, you got a knife like this, getting your tall overgrowth done. I know it's not something that seems like this knife should be for, but this knife is absolutely excellent for the task. Well, a first time ever thing has happened while filming a Jack Wolf Knives blade. Had nothing to do with the blade. My phone overheated. I was out there in the sun. My phone overheated. And the worst part is that I completed my entire video. I cut all the way down to trimming basketballs and shaving that stuff. And because I can't see because of the glare, I had no idea. I finished my entire video. That means my entire cutting segment. The phone was off. It blacked out, and I just thought I couldn't see because of the glare. Turns out there was no video. So I need to do some of this cutting indoors because outdoors, well, isn't going to cut it right now. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe go over to my gun table and we'll do it there. All right, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to make this work, but somehow I'm going to make this work. All right, I don't want to tear up my work mat, so I'm going to just put a piece of cardboard down here and hopefully we'll get it through. All right, this is going to be like deja vu for me, but it's all new to you. So let's get this thing cutting. Garden hose, right? We have 2 layers of nylon, 2 layers of rough. I went through the whole spiel talking about everything. And I mean, I really cut with this knife. I put it through some cut and paces. Now we got to do it all over again. I'm going to do a rip. And when you rip this material with a knife, if your knife is dull, just even a little bit, you're going to get a lot of fraying. You might have to stand up. You're going to get a lot of fraying in here. So with this knife, I find that with not just this knife, but Jack Wolf Knives, I get the most complete, most perfect rips with 0 nylon fraying, which is really hard to do. It's really hard to get that perfectly clean cut. Actually, let me finish off that rip right there. And now we're going to take this. And you see, I actually had a fray when I did that because I'm standing up and I didn't have it down. So while the material moved, it absolutely frayed. And that wasn't the edge. The edge would have done it perfect if I wasn't standing up. But, oh, I hope that's not cutting all the way through. And it's just an absolute cutting tool. This is so weird doing it at these angles. But as you can see, no matter what I do or how I do it, this knife is just born to cut. Let's see, and my fingers are right there, so hopefully it's not born to cut my fingers, because I will have to give it a rebirth. Oh, let's see here. This thing is just, I'm trying so hard not to press down at the end to cut through my table, but you can see how wonderfully, wonderfully sharp that is. Let's move all this material and get to the next one. This is so difficult, I can't see anything when I'm standing up. So you see how round that is and how stiff this is? If you are in a pinch where you have to cut some hose, you want your cuts to be so perfect that you don't pinch your circle. You do not want that to close in. And with a bad knife or a dull knife, you're going to lose that shape. And that shape is very important, because if you're talking about a gas line on a car or even your lawnmower, things like that, you need this hose to maintain itself. I'm trying to keep you guys in. This is not the easiest way to do it. I don't know how people that do tabletops do any kind of cutting. I don't have any angles. Normally I just pop and press. Let me see. I don't know if I could even do it here. So I'm trying so hard to hold back my cutting. But even with me holding back, even with me not going all the way and not giving a ton of pressure, this thing is cutting like crazy. And I know a lot of people buy these just to collect them because they do go up in value and they do sell out. But to be able to know that at the drop of a hat you can just pick it up and go crazy with it, that's a good thing. All right, let's take some of this packaging strap here. Let's give that a cut without trying to damage everything. I got my laser on. Okay, let's turn the laser off. And we'll give this a nice rip. But it just goes to show, man, these knives are just made to work. I mean, if you're in a pinch and you're working underneath a car or in a cabinet or under a hood, or even if your body, you fell down somewhere and you need to cut yourself free, and being able to know that I can work in multiple angles, and that's what I'm really doing here, is I'm twisting my body like you can't see, but my elbows are going that way and up because I have to go along this ridge. It's really, really difficult to make these cuts and not being able to see because I can't see past my own hand. But it's just really, really nice to be able to make these cuts, and I can't even see what I'm cutting. And this thing it's just doing the job. Just doing the job, man. All right, so this one I might have to change my angle on. You can see I already cut some off because I was using it. All right, let's see here. I hope I'm in there. I just had wood fly across my room. So you can see if you're out camping, if you just take this task slow, you'll notice where all the wood is going. It's going right down in front. So if I need to strike a ferro rod and I would use the little ricasso here, I would have no problem doing that. And by putting my nest in front of me, you'll notice it's not going all over the place. So if I just have a flat enough surface outdoors on some kind of rock, or maybe I dig a little hole, pushing all this together, it's already right there. That just makes it so easy. So easy. To get a fire going, that would be simple. All right, let's do, oh, wow, what an angle. Let's do some pulls here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. This is the second time in an hour that this knife has been doing all this, and it just performs like it's straight out of the box and never been touched. This is so nice. This is, because of their edge geometry, with Jack Wolf knives, as far as slip joints are concerned, and there's a lot of nice slip joints out there. You can find yourself a case. Case is phenomenal. You can get a Rough Rider or a Rosecraft. None of them, and I mean not even case, none of them will ever compare to a Jack Wolf Knives slip joint. It's just the best in the business. It's what they do. Golly, man, that is so nice. These knives are just built to be right. So now we're out and about, and we're walking through the woods, or we're out camping, and we do bag ourselves some game, and we have to do a little skinning, even if it's like a little rabbit, even a mouse, a duck, whatever you catch, you have to be able to go through. Now this is leather, rubber, mesh. This is a real basketball. This isn't one of the fake ones. So to be able to, let's see if I can grab onto it. There we go. To be able to just rip through all that material, and rip through quite easily, as a matter of fact, it matters. It absolutely matters. And you can see the cutting here. And again, it's the angle. I should probably just stand up for this. And I'm trying to go with like half pressure so I don't cut through. But just absolute cutting. I just drooled. See if I got that on video. There we go. I wonder if I turn it this way, I can press a little harder because I'll get the leather at the end. This is awesome, man. It's just awesome. And I already cut up a basketball. I already did it. I thought I was on camera, and I wasn't. The Jack Wolf Knives Eureka. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. This is what a slip joint knife should be. Perfect walk and talk. Beautiful adornments. Awesome scales. Perfect blade. Edge geometry to write home about. These things are freaking incredible. Incredible. So, I'm going to stop this video here because I'm having a really difficult time not doing it outside. You don't realize, tabletop guys, as much as I hate those videos, man, it's difficult to film like this. But we got it done. We got it done, and that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.